Hello everyone, welcome to this new tutorial for Harfang 3D. Today we will see how to install the Harfang 3D wheel in Python. Then we will see together some basic notions for the first displays under Harfang 3D. For the installation of the Python on the VisualStudioCode software that we will use to write our lines of code, I refer you to the video that Thomas made. You will find a link in the description below. To install Harfang, it's very simple. Just use the installer pip install Harfang and the installation is done by itself. Of course, you need an internet connection. Now that everything is installed, we return to Visual Studio Code to write our first program under Harfang. So we will start by importing the library. Import Harfang as HG. Then we initialize the inputs, hg.input init. We also initialize the Windows system, Windows system init. With a capital letter, it works better. And we are going to open our first window, hg.newWindow. So we will give the window at title Harfang first steps. The size of the window 1280 by 720. Don't forget to close the window at the end of our program. Destroy window. So as it is, the program won't do much because if you open a window and close it right away, you won't even have time to see it open. So we will make a loop that will wait for us to activate the escape key. Main loop while not hg.read keyboard dot k hg.k escape for the escape key, and there we will make hg.update window not to block the system during the execution of the program. And we have our window opens with a size of 1280 by 720 with our famous title Harfang first steps, and we just have to press escape to close the window. Once we have opened a window, we will display something inside. For that, just opening a window is not enough. We need to initialize the Harfang renderer. So we'll replace the new window function with the render init function. We will keep the title, we will keep the dimensions, but we will create variables for the dimensions. It will be easier. Width 8 equals 1280 by 720. And we'll add a small parameter at the end that we'll use later, if known. An important notion for displays is the notion of view. Views are internal structures in Harfang that group all the parameters for displays. So each view is defined by an identifier. The first view available is view number 0. And so we will start to parameterize this view. So we start by deleting its content, set view clear view ID. Then we will give it a mask to tell it which part of the view we want to delete, either the colors or the depth buffer. hg.cf color or hg.cf depth. And finally, we will give it a background color, for example, color purple. And this is what we will see displayed in our window. Then we define the rectangle in which the view will be displayed. Set view rect view ID. The starting point of the rectangle and its dimension. 8. Finally, one last important notion. For a view to be displayed, it must have something to display. And for that, we have the touch function, which displays an empty geometry, in fact. View ID. And finally, you have to call the frame function to tell Harfang to execute the rendering of each view. At the end of the program, don't forget to deactivate the renderer. Render shut down. We have initialized it here, and at the end we need to tell it to stop. Our window is displayed with the purple rectangle inside. Now, to go further with this notion of view, we will display several in the same window. I take this part of the code, I duplicate it. I'm going to use the second available view, which is view number 1. I'm going to give it a background color, for example, yellow. So the first view, I'm going to give it a slightly smaller size. It's going to be twice as small as the size of the window. The second view, I'm going to display next to the first view, and it too will be half the size of the window. And then we will create a third view. It will have a background color of orange, for example. Here we will use coordinates that are a little more random. For example, it will be displayed from point 200, 400, and will have a dimension of 500 by 200 pixels. And here are our 3 views that are displayed in the window: the purple view, the yellow view, and the orange view that is displayed at the bottom of our window. That's it for today. We have seen how to install Harfang and make our first displays. Feel free to subscribe, click on the bell and share to flatter the YouTube algorithm. See you soon for a new tutorial.